Welcome to our just-in-time training video for creating and grading assignments in ChristandUs.com. We'll walk through two sections. First, section 1 will be creating our assignments, and then in section 2 we'll be making the grade, and we'll be providing tips to do both easily. By the end of section 1, we will be able to create assignments for the students in our class following the steps provided. We'll also provide tips for you so that you can learn shortcuts along the way as well. In this section, we're going to look at the steps to create an assignment. When you look at Christ in Us, it has a 3-step process through the lessons of encounter, accompany, and witness. And we'll focus on the witness stage because that's where we see our assignable functions for student assessments. There are 4 options: Show What You Know, which is a formative assessment revolving around the faith vocabulary taught in the lesson, the mini task, which is a performance task assessment, a traditional lesson test, and a prompted reflection. For this example, we'll choose the mini task. The ellipse in the lower right corner that you see for each one of these, we'll click on that and we have the option to create an assignment. When this screen shows, there's the larger gray block up top, which is where we would choose from a drop-down menu of our classes. If you were teaching just one class, it would automatically feed into that block. We're focused on lesson 13, and the resource we're using is our mini task. We have a start date and an end date, and this is what we can set as teachers. So this is the first time that our students will be able to see an assessment. This is when they can no longer access the assessment. Below that, we have a list of the students in our class, and I can deselect the students or select the students by clicking on the box to the left of the student ID. If there's a student I know that will not be in class for this assessment, I can always deselect that so that this person will not receive the assessment. And then I can go ahead and save it. Now, there is a shortcut that we can show real quick. We'll go ahead and open that mini task. And when it does, you'll notice the bar on the left-hand side. By clicking on that bar, we come right to the assignment screen, and I can go ahead and do what I just did to assign this task. Section 2, Making the Grade. By the end of this section, you will be able to grade your students' assignments following the steps provided. In this section, we're going to learn how to grade students' work. I'm logged into ChristandUs.com, so I'll come up here to the upper left corner where all of our settings will appear, and you'll notice there's a 1 in a red circle. That's telling me I have either a new message or an assignment. In this case, I have an assignment that needs graded. So I'll click on Assignments, and this will bring up a list of all of my assignments which are still open. You'll notice this one says Needs Grading. That's the one we're going to focus on. On the ellipse, in the far right under the Actions column, there is an option to grade the assignment. It's important to note that any assignment that includes open-ended questions are the only things I need to grade. Multiple choice, true and false, click and drag, all those are graded automatically and scored automatically, but in this case I do need to look at the open-ended questions. I want to point out in the upper right corner you're going to see the question number and the directional arrows related to that. Also the students' names and the direction arrows related to that as well. Students are listed alphabetically here. So I can come in, by clicking on the key, I can see the answer, suggested answers. And I'm also provided with a rubric. So in this case, I'm not really happy with that answer. I would give the student 0 points. And I can write a note to the student. When I click to the next question or click to the next student, what I just typed in the score given is automatically saved. Now I've moved on to the next student, and I can do the same thing for each student. And that is how you grade students' work on ChristInUs.com. In conclusion, during this training video, we learned two different steps. First, to create our assignments using ChristInUs.com, and then how we can grade those assignments. Thank you for your time.